Welcome once again to the Legion of Reason Diversion. This is episode 253 for March, 24th, 2019, and we have a bunch of things to talk about as usual. Of course, there's the elephant in the room, the hate/terrorist attack in New Zealand, and we take a look at some of the, what at least I consider to be bad reactions to it, if I can say that. We have a bunch of stuff in Catholic Watch, and I don't know. Might as well get to it. I don't know where Christine is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trying to keep an eye on it and see if she comes up. I know she's around, but anyhow, yeah. So you got a bunch of snow up in Red Deer.
we still have snow. It was the ice fog lately that made things kind of more interesting.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all the melting piles of ice on the roads that are making some neighborhoods difficult to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been plowing, but there was just so much. And then I heard Vermont got a ton of snow, and more than us. So I'm suddenly counting my blessings, so to say.
Well, this is the month that we get the most snow anyway.
Great.
Anyway, I guess we can get right to it. I guess start at the obvious place, and that is the attack on two mosques by a lone gunman, Australian. Let me bring up the piece here. Yeah, there we go. One of New Zealand's darkest days killed 50 people. And this is a terrible, heinous act. There's nothing else you can say about this. And there should be support for those that survived this. And I use the term survived in a literal sense because that's exactly what they did. And one brave soul went after the gunman, and he's fortunate actually that he wasn't killed.
I think he managed to stop the third killing.
Yeah,
though.
He did. There was a third mosque that was to be targeted. So, of course, this as heinous as that is, I posted a comment on our Facebook page about how this shouldn't stop us, or even slow us down for that matter, in the fight against bad ideas. And I don't limit, as bad as I think the ideas of Islam are, religion as a whole, it's the same. From our perspective, it's the same. No religion is good. It's just some are worse than others, and I still think that Islam, in general, is worse than others.
And what do we call? What do we call this white supremacist hate movement that's causing?
I don't know. This is
it's product. Not a religion, but it's a belief system in a way that they're superior and that these people are oddly a threat to them when they're not the ones shooting up churches.
Yeah, it's kind of xenophobia. There's that, and of course we always hear about all the nasty things that happen in the Islamic world. Since 9/11, how many terrorist attacks have happened that were religiously motivated by Islam? And it's over 20,000. It's
mostly in their own countries, not in places like Australia and New Zealand. Right. So why are these guys targeting peaceful people that have escaped violence?
They're making a false equivalence that these people are just trying to get away from the problem. They're not usually not bringing it. I mean, I would say in places like France and Britain, it is causing problems there. Here it's not a problem at all. It's
Canada,
a form of xenophobia. It's a
Australia.
false equivalence to, all Muslims are terrorists kind of crap. And
Well, and it's just like, I'm sure the Christians would never, well, you don't hear people equating these white supremacists to Christianity being terrorists either. These guys could very well be Christians, but you don't make that mistake with these men the way they are making that mistake with
see, you just
Muslims.
them. Shame on you.
Well, they're mostly men. I've barely seen a woman in the bunch.
Not all men.
Too bad. The guys shooting up places are men.
Yeah, typically, yes, they are. Yeah, gun violence is typically a male thing. Women, it's more, shall we say, devious. Yeah, it's kind of it's hard to say because I don't know what the statistics are on violent crimes committed by women.
Yeah. It's oddly not shooting down a ton of people in a church.
Yeah, this is not something that is going to be done by very many women. But that's not to say that there aren't women who aren't white supremacists or are how do I want
or violent
that are or violent, but also they are white supremacists. I mean, it crosses gender.
I guess it's the man's job to shoot up the church, though. In amongst white supremacists, they're pretty sexist.
Yeah. Yeah, generally.
I say that very tongue-in-cheek.
Let's see, but there's some reactions to this I'm not really thrilled about. And here, this is a article that's written in